Morning. 24th of April 2021. So, Spirit, what do we need to know today? The Astral DJ joining us today. Okay, well, I'll wait then while I deal the cards. Today's card is the Lover's card. So it's about choices. Right, I don't know, all I keep saying is only and Paloma. So I think it must be a Paloma Faith, because that's the only Paloma I've ever heard of song. I will dig for it. Only something. Can't get the rest. Just the only. So I shall dig for that and see. That'll be interesting. Paloma Faith. So maybe it's faith that you need to have in a situation. And they give me pictures, words, songs. It can be just one word sometimes that's the message. Or it can be a video that's been used to promote the song that's got a story behind it. Can be anything. You have to look and find your message because it's different for everyone. That's why Spirit's so vague when I'm doing the general reads, especially because they're covering so many people. If it was a one-to-one, they would get probably specific with dates and times, etc. So the best they can do is give me dates and times that will relate to all of you, and for one very lucky one, a specific message. The trouble is, usually it can be that somebody's trying to connect with someone you know. If they haven't got a message for you, or you've had your message, then they're trying to give you a message for someone else that you've got to pass on. Obviously, if you don't know the details, unless something clicks in your head, you would never know that. And the message keeps coming. That's why I get repeat names sometimes until the person receives it. So we have, unfortunately, problems within the family unit. Someone needs others' blessings to leave. And that can be like children leaving home to get married, or perhaps someone passing, or it can be where someone believes they can't move away from this family situation because the family won't like it. So either way, that's the situation. Something has ended within the family unit and someone wants to leave, but they can't do that without others' blessings. There is a split here, a decision possibly that someone feels they can't make because they know that it won't be what's what's the word? Accepted or sanctioned by the family unit. So this is feeling like a trial where you're going through a lot of lessons, learning and growing, so that you can come out the other side stronger. So if you're going through it at the minute, that's why. They want to make you strong enough to go for your own happiness. So balance is required. The overcoming of addictions and patience. Those born on the 14th, living or past, if your diary and address, massively important in a positive way. But this chapter isn't over and it needs a completion. Hopefully in an amicable way. And if not, it will just be a never-ending story of going round in the circles continuously. With Gemini, Sagittarius, and now we have external energies of Taurus, Leo, Virgo, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. I don't know why I said Virgo, but you may be a Virgo. And we can't ignore the snake in this one, which is those born 1965 plus or minus 12 February to February. So you can't move forward until you close this chapter. There is a celebration, perhaps a wedding, like I said, as in someone wanting to leave home to get married, or a house move. Oh, let's do that. So a Scorpio is mentioned. Someone's in denial about what needs to end so something new can begin. It's about the reproductive organs and shared resources. Those born 1966 may be involved, and those born on the 13th, living or past, date for your diary and address, massively important in a negative way. So it may be that the 13th of next month is going to be a hard day to make a decision, and on the 14th you will be strong enough to make it, because you're releasing yourself from a mental prison that you've been in for a very long time. A continuous cycle keeps repeating itself because you refuse to come out of your comfort zone. So a decision that you don't want to make because you know it'll upset the family. It may be, some of you may want to emigrate. Some of you may want to get married and you know the family won't like it because it's not of the same religion. There could be any number of reasons why the family aren't going to be happy. But you have to choose for yourself and be strong. Something is coming to light. Something is being illuminated. You have to follow your own happiness and travel, possibly. You are capable of getting out of this fix, because the raccoon is there and they can get into or out of anything. Those born on the 19th, living or past, date for your diary and address, massively important. Brings light to a situation, removes obstacles. Someone really doesn't want to make this decision. It's a hard decision to make. But it's time to walk away. You have to go for your own happiness. There it is again. Probably a new home, a new life, a house move, or a wedding or a celebration. Yeah, it will be heartbreaking, but you will get over it. heartbreak, sorrow, loss and separation. Because you're not reaching your potential where you are. The giraffe reaches high to get the more succulent leaves. But this one isn't. And it's not paying off. So, especially teamwork, possibly at work, or teamwork within the family unit. You're not pulling together. It's not working anymore. It's time to leave. Yeah, be like the fool. Feel the fear and do it anyway. He left the village with nothing but the shirt on his back and the knotted handkerchief. And everyone laughed at him behind his back because he believed that the streets of London were paved with gold. So you may believe that what you're doing is fantastic, but others don't agree. And when he got to London, the streets of London weren't paved with gold. We all know they're not. So he was very disappointed. And you may be disappointed at first with the new beginning. But he believed in it. And he conquered his fears. And he carried on and became the Lord Mayor of London anyway. So who had the last laugh? He was born on the 22nd, living or past it, Fidarian address. Massively important in a positive way. Take that leap of faith. Feel the fear, do it anyway. Jump off that cliff and make your wings on the way down. There is a Leo female involved in this situation somewhere. That 22, I did a read for somebody and it kept coming out. So if they may be watching, I don't know if they'll remember what my channel is, but they may be watching. Nothing worth having is easy, and you have to make space for the good things to come by getting rid of the dead wood. Once you do that, that's your sacrifice. You will be rewarded for the sacrifices you make. Yeah, disloyalty, infidelity, someone has been up to something. Those born 1970 plus or minus 12 February to February may be involved. There is a communication coming your way, positive communication, but there's a suicide. So I can't remember that lady's name from last night. So the suicide is mentioned again, massively important. And insanity. So look for mind-altering drugs or people with Alzheimer's, etc. But be very... If this is you, this suicide, I don't think it is. I think this is probably someone in spirit. But they are saying that somebody is on the edge because they're in a situation they don't want to be in. They feel like they can't or shouldn't walk away. But Spirit is saying, for your own sanity, you have to leave. Because you can't carry on like this. And life will get better. Whatever it is you think that is so terrible that will happen is not as terrible as what you're doing now. So, the loss of a friend or a confidant. We're being released from a mental prison, overthinking things, and exhaustion, tiredness, because of the lack of commitment or a marriage breakup. So, oftentimes people know that it's time to end a situation, but they will go back more than once because of either blackmail, depression, whatever it is. But you have to know that when a relationship's over, it's okay to grieve. And that may exhaust you, and you may need time to get over it. That's natural. But don't mistake that for the feelings of wanting to still be there, because it's not. And if you don't make the choice that you want, life isn't worth living. I hate to see that card. That's why I stopped using the Sibyllus for quite some time, because that card does come out, and in the circumstances that we've been through in lockdown and everything over the past year or so, there are many, many people that have chosen that option because they feel like they have no other choice. You do have a choice. That is the wrong choice. It really is. I understand why people would, if they were terminally ill, possibly, but otherwise, please don't. Life can change in an instant. Fate is taking a hand in this situation, and divine timing is at work. A higher power is controlling this. You can survive. They want to tell you you can survive. Someone may survive a suicide attempt, but you will have to keep a close eye on them. If you don't want to be in this relationship and they're using it as a blackmailing tool, then you must get them the help they need and walk away. Because there's a new life waiting for you. And all that glitters is not gold. So don't be fooled by material matters. Between two worlds, abundance is waiting for you. But you have to want it. You have to nourish yourself like the flamingo does on the good things. Leave the negative behind. Pick up that back foot and walk into the new reality. Between two worlds. Try not to overthink things or you'll get stuck in that mental prison. Yeah, 10th house, the world. So, travel to the object of your desire, be they persons, things, or events. You're stalling it. Or someone is stalling it. And that's not good. Stagnation. This is about your success. Until you end this chapter, you cannot succeed. The clock is ticking, tick tock. We have 12:44 on the clock. It may be important to someone. The number 34 and the number 21. We have a very specific name of Emily Dickinson. Now I know an Emily, but I doubt that she'll be watching this. The Emily Dickinson, I mean. So it's Sagittarius energy, which is there. So there may be Sagittarius involved. And here is exactly what Spirit are getting at. Luck is not a chance. It's a toil. Fortune's expensive smile is earned. So you will have to sacrifice something to achieve what you want. But you are about ready to hit your mark. This is a creature trained in archery who always manages to hit his target no matter how far he roams. Sagittarians are honest, candid, and not afraid to speak the truth, and neither should you be. Someone is freedom-loving at this time and not offended by the truth, and is often very surprised when others take offence at his words. So you have to live your truth. Sagittarians are drawn to religion even though sometimes they deny it. They will go through periods of not being religious at all and claim not to believe in anything, even bucking against authority. Religion and philosophy are concepts they remain fascinated by. They will argue for hours about religion, and usually at some point in life they return to some type of faith. But such faith always remains an intellectual pursuit. Sagittarians are highly idealistic, creative, outdoorsy, and have a great sense of play and fun. They are also extremely restless and would prefer not to stay in the same spot, would rather roam. Sagittarians dislike routine, so are encumbered by the usual 9-to-5 job. They may end up as magicians, fire eaters, or tattoo artists. Entertainers, publishers, literary agents, clergy, tutors, bookstore owners, whatever does not require a set schedule. Sagittarians tend to be rather lucky, but have a habit of not handling money well, and sometimes squander any wealth that comes to their way. They are confident, which makes them highly attractive and popular, drawing to them what they need. Sagittarians also have integrity and will not go along with anything unfair or underhand. Wicca, paganism, and the Catholic Church are all ruled by Sagittarius, and when you think about it, these religions, with their pomp and ceremony, candles and incense, have much in common. They're not as showy as their fellow fire signs. Leo Sagittarians tend to largesse by their nature and prefer what they do to be memorable. The Archer sign do not want an ordinary life, and neither does someone here. And the Sagittarian card turns up in a reading. Freedom at this current time is essential. You will feel the need to fight against any restrictions. So freedom. And you want everything out in the open. You want to know where you stand. If your question pertains to a relationship, you or your partner need to be given extra space and a looser rein. You may find yourself especially philosophical at this current time and even studying religions which may not have appealed to you before. Interestingly, Sagittarius is a sign represented by large animals such as horses, as born 1966, plus or minus 12, February to February, and dogs, the unfaithful one, 1970, plus or minus 12, February to February. You may soon be acquiring a new pet, or it may be that animals are already a big part of your life. Like these beautiful beasts, you love the sense of wildness and being in the open air. You may soon travel to areas of vast countryside and regions with mountains or lakes that you want to explore, but not until you finish this chapter. You may embrace a new philosophy, enroll in a class of higher learning, or begin to study churches and religion. A visit to a casino or another area where gambling takes place could likely come about. You will likely be fortunate and win in this venture, as long as you don't proceed recklessly by spending too much. It's a good time to take a gamble. Your future looks promising because you're ready to expand and grow beyond your limits. If you do encounter difficulties, you will surmount them easily and move forward to your next lucky break in life, which would be coming very soon. So good luck, favourable conditions, being open and broad-minded. So if you have to tell somebody that you're leaving, Now is the time to do it, because Spirit is saying this will be a lucky time. Going for the truth, being truthful, being frank, being honest, being kind and helpful, allowing others to be who they are. Because you don't own people. People need to be who they are. Be their true self. Seeking answers, becoming curious. Psychic fairs, visiting areas of study, universities, lecture halls, churches, bookstores, courthouses. Feeling passionate, going on a big adventure. Travel in a southeastern direction. Giving others freedom, gathering others together for a cause. Living in the moment, avoiding commitment, clumsy, accidents, feeling loose inside the body, wine and beer, camp outs, fireplace, horses, the kidneys, the buttocks, the upper thigh, gambling, lottery tickets, panhandlers, the colour violet, magenta and blue. Freedom, exploration, lucky breaks, religion, travel, philosophy, honesty above all will bring you success and victory. Thanks for listening.